Hello there! Hope everyone's having a good day. Today I will be just doing a short video about pruning pepper plants in order to get higher yields. And I'm going to show you a few of mine that I'd pruned. It's a type of pruning where you cut off the top portion of a seedling, and that gives it a chance to branch out in more directions and basically build a stronger support system for itself. So I'll show you a few of my plants in which I've already done that, and then I just planted a new pepper plant yesterday, and those ones need to be top pruned. So I will show you how to do that. Alrighty, so this is a jalapeno plant. I love jalapenos and spicy things, hot peppers, so I'm quite excited for this to start taking off. So I cut it off right there. You can see it's kind of gotten a bit woody as it healed. I did this about, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and it was looking kind of sad for a while. It only had like these 4 or 5 leaves at the bottom. I was a bit nervous for that. I felt bad because it was already budding, and I was like, nope, stop that, you're gonna get cut off. But I think it was a good move, because now it has a few separate areas where it's producing flower buds rather than just like one tall stalk, which probably wouldn't generate much fruit because it just can't even physically support it. And then same thing with this guy. This is a green bell pepper, and I had cut it off at the same time 2 weeks ago right here, and you can see that it's starting to branch off down here. So this plant will now have much more opportunity to branch out and produce a bunch of, hopefully a bunch of green bell peppers. Same thing over here. This is a sweet peppers, like, I don't know, those tiny small ones that you can find at a supermarket. But I don't remember when I cut this one, but it's starting to take off. It seems like there's always a period of like a week or so where it looks like it's not doing anything. I suppose it's probably recovering from being nearly mortally wounded. And then here's some more bell peppers that actually I didn't prune these. So I guess just for reference, these are if left to the plant's own devices, this is how they turn out. Also, they're in pots that are sort of way too small for what they are. But that's what they look like. This is sort of just turning into a tour of my pepper garden, but here's Carolina Reaper. I had top pruned this one right there. It looked really kind of sad when I first got it, and I pruned it and put it in a new pot, and it's really taking off. Kind of worries me because it's gonna be really spicy and I don't know what to do with it. But there it is. It's looking great. I'm happy for it. And then here's a shishito pepper. I don't know. This plant's awesome. I love shishitos. I'm pretty excited. It already has fruit on it. I did want to put this in a bigger pot, or maybe even put it in the ground, because I love shishitos so much, and I just want this plant to do the best that it can do. But I'm kind of worried that it's already maybe a bit too mature to repot. Maybe I'll get this first harvest of peppers and then put it somewhere better. But I mean, considering how small of a pot that is, it's doing decently well. Okay, we've come to the final stopping point, the final pepper in my garden that I'll show you. This is a Tabasco pepper. I planted it with all these herbs because that's really the only place I had left. So I'm gonna use pruning scissors, and I'm just gonna spritz them with some isopropyl alcohol just to make sure there's no pathogens lurking. So yeah, gonna let that dry off. Unfortunately, it might be somewhat hard to find isopropanol out there in the wild because of COVID-19. Yeah, but just make sure your cutting device is nice and clean so you don't spread any gross stuff between your plants. Okay, here it is, Tabasco peppers. These are already quite big. I don't think they have any flower buds on them yet. So typically what you would do is just make sure you have 4 leaves on your plant. I think that's the minimum that your plant would need to successfully do photosynthesis. You don't want to deprive your plant of too many leaves, otherwise it might just up and die. Yeah, so I don't have any problem there. I have a ton of leaves on mine. So yeah, usually this top bit right here, where it sort of crowns, I suppose would be a good word to use. But usually where the buds start forming at the top, you will just snip it off completely. Yes, kind of horrifying, kind of painful, but maybe necessary. And then I'll do the same over here. So after doing that, they don't look as great, but you know, it's sort of worth it in the long run. And yeah, that's all. It's a simple process. It's kind of difficult, at least for me, to work up to it because, I don't know, it's like sacrificing the instant gratification of seeing your pepper plant looking all good for a couple weeks until it starts healing and focusing on new growth. So yeah, highly recommend top pruning your pepper plants. It makes them more structurally sound, and who doesn't want a structurally sound pepper plant? Well, thank you for joining me on that impromptu tour of my pepper garden. I appreciate anyone who watches this, and yeah, top prune your peppers.